People wondering how to enjoy the long weekend. Joining us now is Sharp-Reach Steely doctor Abi Ulalade, who tells us this is one of the top questions that you've been getting. Dr. Ulalade, and thanks for joining us, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
So how about that? We're going to have a long weekend, a chance. Now we're talking about restaurants being reopened. You can go in and sit down in some cases. Guide us a little bit here. How should you go about approaching this, or is it going to be each and every person having to make that decision for themselves?
So we do have some general guidelines and recommendations from the CDC, and based on what our public health department has been telling us in terms of the fact that the virus is still spreading in our community. And I understand that everyone wants to sort of go back to normal, but it's important to remember that we still have to take these steps to continue to flatten that curve. And so making sure that you are still wearing your face coverings when you're out in public, keeping 6 feet of social distancing, washing your hands, all of these efforts are things that we need to continue.
What about family get-togethers? I mean, there's got to be a temptation right now for everybody just to get back together, but is that going to be a high risk, especially for older people that maybe are higher risk for all of this?
Absolutely, and this is a very, very common question that we get. And I think the way to remember this and to think about it is that there is still a big amount of what we call asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic spread that's happening. That means that you may not know or realize that you have coronavirus even if you don't have symptoms. So if you're going to visit grandma and you're going to visit grandpa, they are at risk, if they're over 65, of getting severely ill from coronavirus infection. So it really could cause harm to them if you can't be in a situation where you maintain 6 feet of social distancing. And so that is a very, very big consideration that everyone should be remembering.
If people are heading out to restaurants now or into places that are a bit more crowded than they have been used to in recent weeks and months, is there anything that you can do? I'm just thinking, somebody sneezes near you. Is that a sign that, all right, family, let's go pick it up and let's get out of here?
Well, the first thing is, to not panic. I know that we're all going to be sort of looking at each other with a lot of caution and fear. But if you, maintain the distance, and if that does happen, just, step away, wash your hands. So that's the important thing to remember. But it shouldn't create this fear and unnecessary panic. Just try to follow those steps. Just one instance of someone sneezing on you doesn't necessarily mean that you will get infected. So make sure that you do keep your face coverings when you can. So those are things that will help.
Sounds like just some of the general guidelines that we've become familiar with over the recent weeks. Just maintain those and, I guess, enjoy the holiday weekend.
Yes, absolutely. You can get out there, but make sure that you do it safely.
All right, Dr. Abi, thank you very much. And you have a safe holiday weekend yourself.
Thank you so much, Jim. You too.
Thank you.
Good talking to you.
Same here.